And welcome to Co-Play Media.
Going on.
And we got a special for you today, man. We got a special episode. This is the episode for the homies right here, man. This is the introduction of the intricate cast that goes into Co-Play Media, bringing you the best entertainment you have ever heard of. You know, that's what we do. And we got some great guys for you today. Of course, it's me, your boy D or Dieris, apparently. And we got my homie, you know what I'm saying, my road dog with me, and with me always, Demo.
Demo. You know what it is.
In the building, you know what I'm saying? We also got who are we gonna start first with? Okay, going down, starting below Demo. We got the homie, we got Kofi. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I call him K-Dot, you know. we got my homeboy Rob Malden.
What up?
We got Andrew. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on?
AKA Drew.
AKA Drewski.
Drewski.
Yo, we got the homie ending it out, Brandon Silvera. Or I like to call him Silveris.
Silvera.
You gotta give the full name on this. You want to give my social security name too? Social security number 2.
You know what? We actually never talked about that. Should we use our own hyper government names? I don't think any of us have warrants though.
Well, I can't confirm it.
Sure,
Kobe like
You know what? It actually doesn't matter to me. I'm about to flee the country. Like real talk, I'm about to flee the fuck out of the country. So, you know what? So I got warrants.
Man, you can be an international criminal, bro.
International criminal.
Interpol can't catch me.
And I guess starting off, you know, going down in the same order, I want you guys to tell me where y'all from, you know what I'm saying, and where y'all at right now. Or for you, Brandon, where you fitting to be?
All right. I'm a Silver Springs, Maryland boy by heart. Can take me out of there, but you know, my heart's still there. I guess if anything, Atlanta's my second home. After that, I really don't have. I'm about to be a nomad. About to go live in Scotland for a little bit. So you guys will see possibly more from me down the line. 5 hours plus ahead of y'all. That'll be fun.
Hey man, tell me about warm beer. You know, I hear Scotland has some really good warm beer. Let me know how that.
You know what? I heard that for the first time like 2 days ago, and my heart dropped. Like, what do you mean it's warm? It sounds like the worst shit ever.
They're like it's stout and it's warm. It's like
I mean, luckily,
or something.
Luckily, it's always cold there. So I mean, you know, just leave the bottle out for a little while and it'll naturally cool down for you. I mean, but truth be told, I'm not going to Scotland to drink beer. If anything, I'm going to Scotland to drink some scotch. So that's what's really about to be going down.
They got
fantastic
scotch.
All right, it's on me. All right, so
going next, man.
Drew. Hey, how you doing? I'm originally from Cambridge, Massachusetts, up north. I'm in Atlanta right now. Yeah, and that is me.
Yo, what up? I'm Rob. DMV representing, originally from Germantown, Maryland. Down here in Asheville, North Carolina right now, just kicking it up in the mountains, man. You know, just kind of vibing out, you know, kicking it with some anime stuff, you know, hanging out with the homies Co-Play. Yeah, you know, just vibes.
And also, while we're here, we might as well like tell them about the store, man. The store you're
shameless plug. Yeah.
Well, I thought we were gonna save it for later, you know what I'm saying? But I guess you just want to just get it out there real quick.
Yeah, yo, if you're into anime stuff, support some black business. Got this little vibe going on called Oyasumi Designs. We make some anime merch, stickers, t-shirts, We got some rugs. We got a whole bunch of different stuff coming up down the line. Messing around with some cut and sew and screen printing in-house and all of that good stuff. So, Instagram /Oyasumi Designs. Check it out, man. We'll throw y'all some free stuff if you follow us today. No cap.
Oh, hold on. Let me get on that right now.
We'll do it right now.
But I didn't specify dollar amount, so I mean that means y'all could get a sticker or something.
Hey, it's fire nonetheless, though.
Yeah.
Have that on the fridge right quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And of course, we got the homie Kofi, man.
Yeah, man. And so I am originally from New York City. Spent a lot of time in Atlanta. I always say I'm an East Coast baby. And yeah, man, I'm currently in Charlottesville, Virginia. So I'm in the proverbial belly of the beast, as they say.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Man, you got the morning rant, right? You guys got the morning
Absolutely,
rant.
that's true. So the morning rant, we've actually been working on our second season as well. And the morning rant is a morning-ish show. We usually get in, 7 o'clock or so. We might get there around 8, and we might go, to 11 or 12 some days. So it just kind of depends on the day. But we have a good time on that show too. So check us out at the Ranchers Union.
That's a good way to start the morning off, man.
Yo,
That being said, definitely don't let your kids listen to that show.
Disclaimer.
yeah, they cover some mature topics super early, or relatively early.
Right. It's
Better than a cup of coffee. It wakes you right up.
And with the gaming awards and everything coming on that just came around, I just want to ask you guys, what's the favorite game that y'all are playing right now?
I'll go. My favorite game right now is still Call of Duty, man. Like it's it's good for that quick get in there, get my rocks off, and get the hell on. Get the hell on.
Facts.
I see. My man Kofi is a in and out kind of guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Gaming in, get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, who else? What about you, Rob?
Yo, I can't lie. I told y'all before, man. I've been on that Fallout 4 for a hot clip now. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just one of them games where I can get in, like, just build, mess around for a little bit, explore the open world, just kind of chill out in there. Like, that's my go-to pretty much, like Fallout 4. And if I'm not messing with that, I'm messing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. I mean, that's that one I can kind of go in and just blaze through and, you know what I mean? Like 30, 40 minutes, mess around with different modes. Like, and it takes you back to being a kid, you know what I mean? Like hitting the arcade up, mashing them buttons, just playing for hours. The replay value is so crazy high on that game that, like, it's just a classic for me. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
That game was really fun. I should have got the DLC, but I never got the DLC. They had that the Far Harbor DLC that I wanted to get. It was like a whole nother extra area they added to it. Yeah, that game was good.
Oh shit!
Oh wow.
Sir.
Oh, right now what I'm playing is Cyberpunk, and it's buggy.
Cyberpunk.
And it's super, super buggy, but it's still so beautiful.
What can you talk about? I've never heard of this game before in my entire life.
You said what?
I've never heard about this game in my entire life. What's the premise?
Oh man, so it's
I'm kidding, that's a joke.
But just for the people who don't know, super futuristic, metropolitan, where you are V, you're the main character V. You have 3 choices you can make. You can be a nomad, you could be a corp, or you could be a street kid. And essentially you're living life out, doing jobs for different underhanded folks, and you end up in a really bad situation, without giving out the whole thing. But people have been waiting for this game for about 8 years now, and it's finally here. And they probably could have took another year, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Has it really been that long?
Yes.
Yeah, it has been for so long. I saw a video earlier. We'll get to it later, but yeah, I mean, I almost thought the year count was like a solid decade, to be honest.
It might be actually a full decade.
I'm about to say, at what point do you just cut your losses with that investment? Like, this isn't coming out.
No. But that's
Imagine that.
I'm gonna hold my
Yeah.
tongue for a little bit, but yeah, there's a lot to go on about that. There's a lot to go
I
on.
heard. It looks beautiful though. Can't lie.
That's what I'm saying. It looks
Oh,
tight.
yeah. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm actually I got Cyberpunk, but I'm trying to finish Control. Like I just got into Control, and it's surprisingly a really good shooter. Like a really good shooter, good kind of, you know, telekinesis powers, throwing stuff, lifting people. You know, it's a super fun game so far and real interesting story. Drew, your guy looks
Whoa.
crazy.
It was
Hold on a
cool,
second,
right?
Drew's. I did not know you could pick a yoga instructor for a class. That's amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got the
He's got
Yes.
the same kind of bun that you do. You
He
got the
has
same kind of man
higher
bun.
agility because of it.
Soon. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the custom
Yo, the
creation.
creative player mode is fantastic in this joint.
Yo,
Yeah, it
that,
was pretty good.
This
The
is the
bulletproof
first
vest?
game that I can see where you can customize it down to the genitals.
I was about to
For
say.
real?
Customize everything.
All that
There's
I ain't never seen that. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, we're not
I
showing.
thought
We're
that
not
was
showing
a
that
joke,
today
but
either.
it's actually serious.
It's very. I'm not. Of course,
So
we're not
here's-
going to show you right now, but it's absolutely serious.
We're not going to show anybody.
That's
We're not going to show
crazy.
anybody.
Wait, hold on.
Here's
You're
my-
not,
Look at
you're not-
that
you're not
character.
saying, hold on. You're not saying that they allow you to choose like
You pick
the
small,
packaging
small.
of
You choose small, average, or large.
well, you know
1, 2, or
that
3.
comes into play with one of those missions.
It has to.
No, I'm fucking with you.
But I was about to say though, like, what if somebody picks a female character? Like, what are like? Or do you have?
You can. You can.
I'm not
so,
going to do anything with my hands. I'm going to put
So
those back down.
I want us to get back. I want us to get back on topic at some point, but you can absolutely.
We'll leave this for later. but
And
yeah.
they went through a lot of issues because of that. You can absolutely put that on a female character. You can make any type of person you want to make in this game. You can even not look. You can have no nipples.
Because it's 2077 and
You
it's
do
about time
whatever
the
you
human
want.
race gets over these things.
Get over them.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's a statement there. No nipples?
No nipples. She has no.
Statement.
No nipples.
No
Anyone else
nipples.
thinking Rick and
So you
Morty?
can make a character with big titties and no nipples.
I actually went to the Kevin Hart. Remember when Kevin Hart was like, "Oh my God!"
That's
he
exactly.
didn't have-
I said that to myself when I saw it in the creator. I was like, she had no nipples.
That's not right. It's not right.
Man.
But to get on topic, to get back on topic, you know, besides playing Cyberpunk today, you know what I'm saying? I want to discuss like, you know, future projects, plans that we got. I think we're gonna do a lot more streaming like this in the future. Like, I can definitely see us doing more streaming in the future, doing more content, getting more videos out, getting more interviews out. We've interviewed some really great guests that you can check out on our Spreaker account and on DC Radio. And I mean, I know I lightly talk with you guys about stuff, but what other plans or events do you think that we got coming up with that people would be really excited to see?
I know we talk about this from time to time. Maybe we won't. I guess now that I've started the conversation, I have to finish the sentence. But
You gotta finish. You gotta finish.
Yeah. We talked about streaming these conferences. You know, so that's kind of exciting for me. I know it's a really monumental task, and it may not be on the board for a year or two or whatever. You know, but I think it's definitely worthwhile. And man, I've gotten a whole lot more comfortable streaming because we have our weekly meetings, and we're consistently on here. So I'm really amped about this, man.
Yeah, this actually turned out really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
beautiful.
But I'm definitely looking forward to.
Good.
I'm sorry. I was just
go
gonna say
ahead.
I'm definitely
No,
looking
absolutely.
forward to actually having like a physical event where we can all like be in the same space.
Yeah, COVID
Yeah,
still messes man. I think a lot of stuff.
Even after
is-
COVID, I'll just be there on an iPad screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because he'll be
Peter
drinking
Spirit,
scotch.
like
No, but I think with the COVID stuff, everything's kind of still getting pushed out further and further into the future, especially with the winter and numbers going back up again. You know, it's kind of looking dreary, a dreary outlook on conferences and face-to-face meetings.
Well, y'all saw there was footage of the actual airplanes touching down in America. Vaccines heading to distribution centers. That's not my problem. I'm going to a place where the vaccine's already being distributed, so I'll let you guys know
Right.
how what's new in bars and cocktails and whatnot.
Right?
Oh,
And
Brandon.
that's
Good
the
for
last
you,
Scotland
Brandon.
joke.
Good for you.
That's the last Scotland joke. It will be the last one, but that's the last one for these next 5 minutes.
It's definitely not going to be the last.
I don't know if I'm gonna be in line for that first batch of vaccines, guys. I can't lie.
Might want to wait that out.
That,
quick.
that first
I'm
batch.
actually-
They said people that took the first round of vaccines are coming back false positive testing for HIV.
What?
What?
Yo, they're getting false positive HIV.
Oh, because they use HIV to distribute the vaccine. So they're using, scientific wise, they're using the way that HIV infects the body
What?
as a means of distributing the vaccine, which is scary as fuck.
No.
Yo.
Hold on now. Can we just go over what was just said?
Yo, it's like
Well,
Cyberpunk.
yeah, I don't- are you sure about this?
Got out.
But isn't this a side mission in Cyberpunk to get vaccinated for COVID?
Yo,
You gotta break
Demo,
into
you
the
can't
lab.
just- we gotta see
break into
the
the lab.
article, bro.
Yeah, we gotta get that info. That sounds way too scary.
It is.
We are not scientists. But the one thing I will say before we move on is I love all the articles and like news stories that are coming out. Why are black people a little skittish around vaccines? More at 11.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cutting back to this live podcast right here.
Oh, I just got hit by a car.
Well, they said it's because an African American doctor came up with the vaccine to give us peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay. She made it, man.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, nah.
So here's the headline. This is from Nature.com. Australian COVID vaccine trial abandoned after HIV false positive. So
That's
over
crazy.
in Australia.
Oh, but you heard about the
Can
heard
you
about the
imagine?
Russian one too? Like the Russian one wasn't working if you drink. If you're drinking alcohol.
That's a big problem for us.
That's the problem. I was gonna say, Brandon.
Huge
This is
problem
what
in
happens.
Russia.
What happens, guys, when you rush and you rush it? All right.
I'm all for waiting after that first. I got hit again. Waiting for that first wave of
Wait,
people.
you get hit by a car?
Yeah, someone just hit me. That's
Those
the same time
both
this guy
ways,
hit.
man.
Yeah, let
I mean, this
the.
is a very detailed game. Are you jaywalking? If you're jaywalking, it's totally your
I
fault.
was jaywalking. It was my fault.
You just see
Yo,
it
can
you
you
go.
get food and stuff?
That's
off
tight.
the ground.
Yo, this is giving me Element vibes.
Element.
Fifth Element?
Yeah, Fifth Element.
Yeah.
I love
Classic
that.
Kind of.
movie.
Yeah. You are fired.
You got hey Drew, man. It looks like your character has a really nice pedicure, man. I mean,
Yeah,
manicure.
yeah. I went all out with it. I did. Yeah, it's like holographic too. I'm with it.
Is there a reason? Like, is there a reason besides stunting?
Bro, he got a bunch of piercing in his face. And
Okay.
okay. 2077 hoops.
It looks like gold. He went around the rings and just got golden nails.
You know, it's extra. I got little lights in my face. I can't have gold nails. You really like.
I
think I would have a word for myself.
Future, though.
I mean,
It's the
I gave
future.
my guy a beard and a scar,
I would not
but I
condone
guess,
that.
yeah.
She's like,
I guess.
Hey,
Go all out there.
Hey, Brandon,
Yo,
don't you got a retro recall coming up soon?
I sure
Yeah.
do. I sure do. So that's kind of my bread and butter, and that's kind of the games I've been playing lately. I'm doing a little bit of thing on Shinobi 3, and how as
why
fun
do
and well made as a game that is, that game handled very well those of you who played it on Genesis.
corporation help?
I can't help but notice that it like pretty much literally stole from Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3. Like
Knowledgeable about the realm.
down to, you know, like the very premise, the level, the background art and everything, which is pretty sad. You're a 16-bit game and you're biting from an 8-bit classic.
Yeah.
Anywho, still a good game, still very good controls, was definitely hard.
You got Thomas lumped with the outcast.
And that's kind of what I'll be doing in the near future, and what you guys will be seeing a lot more from me is, you know, a lot of the retro plays, and even as far as the streaming stuff is concerned as well. What with the time zone difference and whatnot, when Drew's done with this, I'll pretty much be picking up where he left off, either before or after he's done with it, and playing, you know, just whatever it is I happen to be playing at the time.
Yeah. It's retro for now, but as soon as we get our hands on PS5s, it's PS5.
Oh, yeah.
time.
Looking for justice.
It's PS5s. Yeah.
I
As soon as we can get our hands on that.
Speaking of PS5, man, I want to talk about something, man. I want to go on a quick rant real quick. I hope you guys don't mind, man.
Go ahead.
Have at it.
I want to talk about scalpers and how these fucking, oh my god, how these tech Robin Hoods have gone out here and stolen all these PS5s, ruining Christmas around the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ruining everything for every parents who don't know. You know, they're just finding out just now. They're waiting to the last minute just now, finding out a PS5 is $1,200-$1,300. You know, and for the love of their children, doing everything in their power to get it. You know, just to be a good parent, and that's just messed up, man.
Screw that.
Like we cannot support these guys.
I don't think you have a choice. They stole it.
People like Anderson.
You want a PS5?
They didn't
you're
really.
gonna
Did they
support them.
technically steal it though, or did they just use technology to acquire a highly coveted product, knowing people would pay top dollar?
They are living in Cyberpunk 2077.
Pretty much.
You know what? That is a good point. Like as we're sitting here watching Cyberpunk 2077, I guess the narrative should change to when should it be mainstream for people to use bots, and how can bots make things more fair?
I mean, well, I think right now we're there. I think this is the point in which it's like, okay, we see if there's something that's popular out there and it's limited, you're not getting it unless you pay extra or have a bot. That just is what it
Not
is.
afraid to speak his
So I
mind.
think we kind of reached that point already.
Yeah.
And bots have
Yeah,
been
that's
doing
definitely the
this
case.
in the music industry.
Well, time out.
for
Don't you
years.
guys
Yeah,
feel as if
exactly.
stores should take responsibilities that vendors and mid
Thanks
sellers
for the offer.
who are selling products
Need to think
should
about
take
it.
responsibility and
Get back
stop
to
the use of bots? Like, I'm sure there'd be a way. Like, half of us here are in technology. I'm sure there would be a way that we could stop bots if we really wanted to.
All I
I mean,
ask
Have you ever been through a captcha? They're not very, you know,
need help.
it's really easy to get past the captcha.
I
I'm sorry,
mean,
go ahead.
this has been going on for years now with like the shoe and the fashion shoe industry. And think of Supreme, right? In order to get Supreme clothing, you have to pretty much use a bot. That's the only way you're getting Supreme, unless you're walking down to the store. There's only 2 stores you can go to. Unless you live there and you're fighting against 50 other people, you're not going to get a thing. So they've been doing things and finding ways to try and stop it. It doesn't stop it. You just stop a few of them. You hold them back a little bit, but there's no stopping bots. It's like, how can you tell who's a real person and who's a bot when they're buying something online? The only way you can go about that is not selling it online. And then what do you get?
You know
there's
it's a
ways
bot
around
when they buy 1,000 of something.
No, but the way the bots work is it's not
No.
one IP buying all of the things. the bots have 50 IPs they're using to buy multiple things and sending it to different addresses that are added onto each IP. That's what I'm saying. It's not like one bot is
It's
scooping up a
detailed.
50 quantity. They're literally setting up an IP address for each bot, right? With the address, which they change the name around a little bit, but it could be the same address, and they're buying multiple off multiple accounts. So there's no way you can tell if this is a real person or not, you know? But like with Walmart or whatever, they don't care. They're just trying to sell off
Walmart
all the
don't care.
units. You know?
No,
Yeah.
they don't. But there's ways though. Like I mean, for example, like gift cards. There are some classes of gift cards you can buy that are not active until they are purchased from that checkout line. Like when that gift card is scanned at the checkout line, that point of sale point. Here's the catch though. I mean, I'll stop that because you guys all already know where I'm going from that. You know, you have to, you know, officially buy that thing and have it be unlocked, et cetera, et cetera. Shit, where was I going with this? Come back to me.
But no, I feel you though, like, because I've seen it done with bands, right? They do fan clubs, right? So to prevent like scalping through Ticketmaster, you know what I'm saying? Where you got people buying in bulk on Ticketmaster. It's like if you sign up for a fan club through the band's website, you know, a week prior to the release or a month prior, that way it cuts down on the people who sign up last minute before the concert tickets go on sale. But when you think about it from the perspective of, like you said, Drew, like Walmart, they're just trying to get rid of units. So ultimately, I think it comes down to Sony or the people that are actually responsible for the product being like, okay, in order for you to even be able to compete to get this product, you have to have been a member of Sony fan club, you know, as of, October for whatever, you know what I mean? And that could potentially cut down on, bots coming in and buying stuff last minute. But when you got people like Walmart and Target and all these other places just selling it to get rid of product, it's like, they don't care.
Actually, you jogged me. You jogged my memory of what I was trying to say earlier. Like, yeah, the responsibility would be in the manufacturer on, who's selling, but Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they all lose money on their consoles. They don't make money off of the consoles. And so by, beefing up the security or whatever infrastructure you have behind validating those purchases, that's increasing the cost to sell and distribute those consoles, which just makes it even stickier for them.
Yeah, because Sony, being the manufacturer, they want to move them a lot of product too. You know what I'm saying? They want to get it into the hands of that middleman, because the middleman is the ones that's paying the manufacturer direct for these consoles. So that they can sell at whatever the retail price is. But when it comes down to it, I think the stores could do a better job of, gauging, one per customer per day per transaction or something like that. I don't know how to, it's hard.
I mean, in a pre-COVID world, I feel like this type of release would have been way different. You have an exclusive online distribution method, so it's like, how do you even stop people from being like, nah, I'm gonna just buy, if you had to be at the store and then you got to show a valid ID for just that person, you can only get one per customer. Granted, you would have them crazy lines, but that's what we all grew up with, standing in line for Call of Duty at midnight, or if you're a sneakerhead, Jordans or whatever. But now it's like nothing's in stores. So you are like at the hand of the digital monster that is the internet,
That's what I'm saying, man.
I'll say one thing in rebuttal to it. And Brandon kind of showed me that point. And in that, since Sony does not make necessarily money off of the system itself, right? It may seem at first that it is a very intelligent job to sell it to these retailers because all they care about is getting all those products out. But if what they do make money off of is the accessories and the video games that come along with these systems, people are going to purchase less of them because they've paid double the amount for the system. Like they're going to pay less for video games. They're going to wait longer to buy these games Really, it's going to be the uninformed or the really desperate who really pay for that stuff. And I feel as if there's going to be people who are going to be less likely to buy the stuff that comes along with it. Like they just won't. They're going to be like, nah. Like I just spent like rent. You know what I'm saying?
Rent.
People be like, I spent rent. On a system, and I gotta buy 3 games. Like I can't do it.
You know what's even,
be on
That's
the
actually
street
another
with a PS5, evicted with a 5.
yo, you know what's even crazier?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
So have y'all heard of StockX?
Yeah.
Of course.
What's that?
So StockX
I
is a
haven't
place
seen
to resell shoes and buy resold shoes, right? They got a whole section because at the same time people were buying up PS5s, they were buying up the webcams and they were buying up controllers and they were buying up the
Right.
docks. They were buying up all the accessories they knew that people were going to try and get to go with it for Christmas, and it's all on StockX.
Savage.
At like fair price points or gouged?
Everything is gouged because you're paying StockX and then
Yeah.
you're paying
Right.
on top of whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not
Right.
crazy
On top of
gouged,
the
but it's
retail.
gouged.
The
Yeah, on
MSRP.
top of the retail.
And that's the problem too. Like people are selling, like, let's say the digital version of a
Right.
PS5 for the $1,200. It's like, yo,
Yeah.
Just straight up digital.
But you know what though? I mean, like we started this with saying, oh, woe are the parents of these children who requested PlayStation 5s for Christmas. I think a part of it is also having smarter consumers. Like going back to the whole entire thing with EA Games. Stop supporting EA Games. I mean, some of this is also consumer responsibility. If we as consumers just do not subscribe to these scalpers, like, great, you bought just hella thousands of dollars of PlayStation 5 and nobody buys it from you, and you sit there just looking like a dumbass until somebody steals it from you. Well, then I think that would also cut down in the long run too. But if there's one thing we've learned from this plague is people are going to act like nothing but people.
Yeah. Buy it. Price
But
point.
and another thing is that is this the first time that someone has been here for a PlayStation release? Like every PlayStation release has always been shady at the very beginning. Those games are always gonna break down. Those games always brick. It's always the first PlayStations that come out that have a bunch of issues. Like I remember mine. Like when I got my PS3, there was issues with it coming out. I remember my first PlayStation. I remember when I was younger, I had to turn it upside down because there was a part in it that no longer would read that the CD was working because I had one of the first PlayStations. We had to turn it upside down so it worked. Like,
and that's PS1.
Yeah, the one you had to rig that reader in the one like crazy, man.
Yeah.
And it was things that had to be fixed over time. There was patches that had to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like there were people who were getting PlayStation. So imagine paying $1,200 for a PlayStation. You get it home, you update your stuff, and then it bricks on you.
Right.
Because remember, the 360s did that with that red ring thing where you had to wrap it in a towel.
Yo, that towel
Red
trick
ring
worked,
thing,
bro.
yeah.
It worked.
So
There was 4 different red rings. Yeah.
So when I eventually sent my Xbox off to Microsoft to get it fixed, I'm absolutely certain they sent me a whole different Xbox. Power source and everything was different. When I was like, not the Xbox that I sent y'all. Y'all just sent me a whole new Xbox because y'all knew this first batch because I got mine the first batch. I know it was.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Weren't these purchases on a lottery though?
What, the PlayStation?
PlayStation 5.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why wouldn't? That's my thing. Like, everybody in America is not going to buy a PlayStation 5. If they just release $500,000 a quarter, they would still make their money. You know what I mean? And if you wanted to get on a new lottery, they want to have little special lotteries, but why not just put on a lottery system so you can't just come in here and be like, I'm going to buy 1,000 in the city of Detroit and then charge everybody in Detroit $5,000 for the PlayStation.
And that,
I think that's very capitalistic.
Nike's been doing that.
That would work because they do that for shoes now, and that is a valid way to go about it. But I think the biggest point of it is they don't give a shit.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no.
I
I mean,
don't even think that the games for the systems right now are even that tight. I heard Godfall wasn't even that good.
They not.
Miles Morales was like 10 hours. And
Damn,
what
that's
else
it.
is there?
Call of Duty is on both systems. This is actually a PS4
Yeah, I
game.
mean,
There isn't a PS5 version of Cyberpunk yet. You know, it just plays
oh
better.
really?
Yeah, there isn't a PS5 version.
Okay.
It's only on PS4.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm
Yeah, and personally, that's where I'm at, and I assume that's where all of you guys are too. Like, there's nothing driving me to go get a PS5 in the first place. Like, you're,
Yeah.
you know, not to like dunk on people, but you're kind of foolish if you're
Here's
rushing up to them.
here's my
I
philosophy.
mean, the bad things that I say about the PS5, it's way worse for the new Xbox. I guarantee you.
Yeah. So my kids definitely were like, "Oh, PS5." If I come across a PS5 and it's like at retail price, all right, I'll get it. But I'm not paying more than what it's retailing for. I'm not doing that.
Right.
No,
I'm not.
Mm-mm. No, I
They're gonna
don't
release
even
it.
care if I
They're
don't.
gonna release it again. Like,
I heard they were going to drop some more before Christmas, but they didn't say. I think they're trying to keep things as quiet as possible to try and stop botters,
Yeah.
you know, possibly. You know, so people, I'm sure tons of people will complain to me about the whole process.
Yeah.
Sam's Club had a drop last night at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they dropping
Oh, my God.
randomly. They dropping randomly. I think, you know, if you're being vigilant and you actually out there looking for it, then you'll find it. That's what
Right.
I think. You'll find one eventually. You know, if you
My
want it.
brother was on Twitter yesterday, and some dude had one for 600.
No introduction.
Man.
Straight up, it wasn't even BS.
Yeah. I mean, you got people on Let Go and Offer Up putting them out there like, yo, I just opened the shipping box just to, you know, make sure the system was in there, is here. I'm like, oh, you just put this up here yesterday. And your account is brand new as of
That's
December 2020.
Mm.
Like, you got, I mean, you know, but even then, it's like you got some people selling it for 1,300 and you got some people selling it for 700. So it's like, it's really all in how greedy the scalpers are being. For real, for real.
I don't know, man. I think that as much as it's not illegal, it's definitely something that's a little bit morally sick about it. That being said, if Coldplay Media was open to creating a bot so that we could get on the next wave, I'm not going to say no to that.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
Is that one of the things that we're doing? We're gonna be yo. We've been to partner up with the scalpers, y'all. We need the money, man.
You gotta. It's definitely a pandemic out here. People got them stimulus checks. You know what I'm saying?
Where they
People
at,
probably still sitting on it. If they could get 2 Xboxes or PlayStations, I'm pretty sure they could have doubled that stimulus check. Especially if they're not working, that means a lot to some people. But you got some people out here that's just ridiculous. Like, one of my boys actually got a PS5. I guess it's getting delivered on Tuesday, right? He put on IG, you know, hit me up, you know, in the DMs if you're interested. I'm afraid to even message this man because I feel like I'm going to have less respect for him. Because he's going to be a stupid price. A stupid price on what he's trying to charge.
I mean, what would be a fair price? Like, if somebody got a hands on a PS5, like I would break down and pay $650 if they were like, yo, I give you a PS5 right now, $650. I could understand that price.
You know, and I could chalk that up to, hey, here's your finder's fee because I wasn't about to drive around looking for that.
Yes.
But the people that's out here doubling the price, legitimately doubling the price. Nah, come on.
I'd say maybe like 7.
Drew, did you just
7 or
die?
8.
Yeah, I just
I
died.
just
bro.
got
I just
First of
died,
all,
man.
my thing was, Drew, why do you have the gun out? Because a second ago you were just driving around. Then he pulled the gun out and just started aiming. Nobody was even shooting at you. What
Yeah,
the fuck
yeah.
is
Well,
with you?
here's the thing, man. I didn't want to get into too many missions because this game is really like largely about talking. You know, it's one of those type of RPGs. It's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of story and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about, you know, for the stream itself, while y'all talking and they're talking. So I just tried to go through it real quick. But I'm like, man, let me go shoot these guys without paying attention to that red skull above them. So I took 2 shots to the head and I was gone. You know.
Oh man.
But since we're on the top of Cyberpunk,
game is literally so Cyberpunk is literally futuristic Skyrim.
man, it's like a futuristic
Man,
Skyrim, GTA, Deus Ex. It's like a bunch of things put together. You know,
Speaking of which, like, what came to my mind is Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
Oh.
Yeah, like elements of Mass Effect in here. It's also, I
And
mean, really, yeah, I'd say it's closest to Skyrim because it's ridiculously buggy. It's ridiculously buggy. It's kind of sad at how buggy it is. But I guess it's a testament to how good the game is because I still want to play. 4 crashes in.
I was about to say,
like all types of issues.
does the bugginess slow you down at all?
The bugginess.
So what is the
making it
problem?
hard.
They started making this so long ago that it's not compatible with the PS4 or something. Like, what do you think the problem is?
So what it seems like, and from what I've heard from reviews and people talking online, is if you have a base PS4 or a base Xbox One, you probably should not even get this game right now. Wait 7-8 months and then it'll be able to play well on there. I have a PS4 Pro and I still see tons and tons of issues in this game. So what I think it is after a certain point, they were like, man, the PS5s are coming out. You know what? I think we need to just focus on making a game for PS5s and then make it backwards compatible to a PS4 just so people can buy it. You know? And I think at some point someone pushed that button like it's coming out soon. Like it's coming out next year. Like, no, we got to get it ready for the PS5. And I think they couldn't get it ready for the PS5, so they pushed this out to get all the money, and they're going to, this feels like 7 months later, it's going to be the most amazing game ever. But right now, I can see why it's hard for some people. Huh?
What other IPs does Project Rec have?
Well, they did The Witcher. They did all the Witchers. Right now, they have nothing else but this. But that's what everyone was banking on.
But The Witcher was like one of the best games that ever was on the system. Like The Witcher was fire, bro.
But remember, when The Witcher first came out, it had a ridiculous amount of bugs. Which is like everyone expected there to be bugs, but some of the bugs you see in this game are just like, this needed 6 more months. Because it's so deep, it's so rich. There's so many things you can do. The side missions will take you into such like crazy situations, and there's so many intricate little parts of the city. Like you really feel like you're part of the city, and you're in a city that exists. Like it really it captures you and it brings you into the game. And then all of a sudden, someone's arm's missing, or a gun's floating in the air, or a body's flying randomly, like a car flips over for no reason. Like the stuff that happens that takes you immediately out of the game, which sucks. But if you still want to keep playing it because you're like, man, this is like the coolest thing I've ever played.
I don't know, man. PUBG was like that when it first came out. Like a car would just randomly fly off.
How are you losing health right now? Like you hit a bump and you lost some health. What was up with that?
Did I?
Is it the car's health, bro?
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? Where like ultimately the shit'll just blow up if you like lose all the.
Well, let me see. All right, so that top bar on the left should be my health. Let me just go ram straight into something.
Just fly out.
That would be tight.
Yo, so can you just like run over random motherfuckers like in GTA?
Yeah, so you can run. So okay, I think a lot of people thought this game was like a GTA. It's really not a GTA. It is an open world game, but it's not a GTA where you just run around doing whatever the hell you want. You are a citizen of this city, and you need to follow the rules. That being said, I can run over somebody. I can run over somebody, right? Boom. Let me see. No one saw me.
Back over.
Yeah, crime reported. All right, so now the police are after me, right? But where are they? Who's following me? I'm in combat. Who's shooting at me? I see nothing, right? And now they're gone. I literally just ran over somebody, right? They told me that the police were behind me. I took 2 lefts and they're done. They're not chasing me or anything. There's no more star. There's no more warning. There's no more combat. I literally hit the block once, slowed down, and they were just like, man, that's too much.
I'm going to make a controversy quick. So I guess defund the police really works in 2077.
Yo, you know what this reminds me of? I watched this movie a couple weeks ago. Y'all remember Demolition Man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where the cops were
I
like,
love that movie. That movie is nice.
like the cops didn't even carry guns, I don't think.
They didn't even swear. No one can swear.
They had batons.
Electric batons that
Just
was
like
so
Scotland.
crazy to use.
Cyberpunk.
What? You don't know what to do with the sheet cells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew, could you give me like a quick breakdown of the RPG elements that's in this game? Like,
And
do you have magic powers, or is it just programming, or
So that's
are you
the
just
other
good
thing
at
about
shooting,
this.
or can you be?
So The Witcher was super deep, right? A crazy deep RPG. This does not feel like a deep RPG at all. It feels like a looter shooter. I'm constantly just picking up guns and looking for the nicer, newer gun or higher item level. You know, I haven't gotten to the legendary stuff that does exist, but there's not a lot of customization of the guns to the extent of making it an RPG where I'm like, okay, I found this gun early in my story. I want to keep this gun for as long as possible and keep upgrading it. Now it's been part of my story the whole time. I don't see that happening with any one of these things. Now there is customization, you know, but it's really minor. Like I think I can't change my jacket right now. Action block.
That's all bandaged up, man.
There are elements of customization.
You can't wear your jacket when you're.
I don't know why it's saying I can't use this action. I can't change my clothes.
Is it because you hit somebody and you can't change?
No, because there's no star or anything. They're not chasing you anymore.
Huh.
Get my health
You might
back
be
up.
you might be you might be in a mission and don't really realize it.
Maybe that's it. That'd be weird that I couldn't change my items. But that's another thing. No matter what, in an RPG, you can do whatever you want. At any situation,
Right.
at any point in time, you can swap out anything. There's a lot, and hopefully this is just a bug, because I feel like I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting out here in the street next to my car. I can't put my jacket on. Like, that's an RPG element. That's literally an art, like, I'm cold. I'm going to put my jacket on. You know what I'm saying? Role-playing game is the real essence of it. That's what I'm saying. This is more like a looter shooter. And that's what it feels like, is a looter shooter.
So I saw a lot of people online, or I heard of a lot of people online, kind of giving weird, kind of stupid reviews about this game. Like, you know what I'm saying, complaining about, you know what I'm saying, stuff going on with the police, complaining about stuff going on with how the game plays, the music. I mean, do you feel as if that those guys are wrong and this game is still very tight? Because I'm looking at it and I'm like, I might need to play this tonight.
No.
Right.
So it's like this game is super tight, right? Because of the world you're in and the stuff you're seeing and you're driving around. Once you get into it, a bug is gonna take you right out of that. Like you start getting into it, you start feeling the vibe, you start feeling the game, getting used to it, you getting the shots down or whatever, and then you might get to a situation. I was in a car chase last night, and I think this on the live stream that we were doing. I was in a car chase, and just like we were talking about Inuyashiki, remember that Amazon anime, Inuyashiki? I sit out the
Yeah, I
car
love
to
that
go
anime.
start shooting at this thing, and there's no gun in my hand. It's just me pointing my finger shooting. And I'm like, and it's stuff like that immediately that takes you out of the game and takes you out of the elements of the game that kind of sucks. So for what people are saying online, I'm pretty sure some people are trying to get some views off just saying it's shitty or whatever, but no. There's definitely a lot of very serious issues in this game. I definitely don't think you should buy it if you don't have a PS4 Pro. And yeah, it's a lot of work that should have been done that they needed more time to, and they just didn't do it. So it's really
Well,
sad.
you know,
Let me ask you this. You played Fallout 76, and Darius, by the way, I don't know why you're talking about wanting to play this game. You could not stomach 76 for half a minute.
This game, I know exactly where you're going. This game is buggier than Fallout 76
What?
by far.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? This game is absolutely by far buggier than Fallout 76, but it's such a crazy, amazing game otherwise that it's leaps and bounds over Fallout 76. Fallout 76 had
That's
bugs,
hilarious.
and then they were just like what am I doing here? This is like, man, they're bugs, but like,
Right.
I'm just gonna squash that joint and keep going. You know what I mean? Like this is
Right.
this
I
game.
don't even want to talk
Some of the
about
elements of this game are just
anymore.
fire.
If it's like Fallout 76, and I don't even want to.
No, there are absolutely
I
more
don't even
bugs
want
in
to talk
Fallout
about
76,
no more, man.
and they occur more than Fallout. Like there's just overall way more than Fallout 76, but still leaps and bounds better than, and not even in the same category as Fallout 76, even with those
Man.
issues.
I was talking to the guy.
Before we move on, I want to ask you guys a question, right? How much do bugs and glitches mean to you in a game? Is that a deal breaker in a game, or it depends on the quality of the game, or what?
It also depends on the quality of the bug. Like if the bug just
Right.
had me have to restart the game, then I'm actually okay with that, right? But when the bug is stuck in the game and I have to go back to an earlier version of a save in order to recover the game, that's where I draw the line. Like I don't want to be like I'm cool with having to be taken out of my element for a few minutes, but I don't want to do 4 hours worth of work again. That's
Oh
not
no.
Right.
Yeah, I think a major thing that'll stop me playing a game is feeling like my time is not being respected or I wasted it. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten through games where I crashed once and I never played that game again because I was like, this is stupid, I'm wasting my time. I've crashed multiple times in this game.
That's how I felt. Like,
I've crashed multiple times in this game, and it just so happens that the checkpoints are like generally real close before it crashes, so I don't have to start over too much. But it does save regularly, and I do want to completely play this game at all times still. Like I still want to play this game regardless of those things. Granted, it's because of how well they did with the city and the storytelling
Right.
and the characters. You know what I'm saying? If this was any other game, I probably would have stopped playing it the same first day. Yeah, bugs. I think bugs matter a lot to the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've all like seen, you know, a good myriad collection of bugs in different games and different settings. I definitely agree with like the whole entire respect of time. It's a damn good thing that this game auto saves for you because like going through like a 2-hour thing to have like a door that you have to walk through to complete the mission just not open, and you know you get the idea. That's just that type of crap will make you just turn off the game and never come back to it.
Yeah, I'm
That is
frustrated.
That is
To
definitely.
be fair, there's also some bugs, oddly enough, that I feel add a sense of character to the game. Like 76 was a collection of bugs that I think added character to the game. I thought like everything in this world is radiated, even the code that made the game. It's hilarious. Whereas, so like, I don't know how this guy unfolds, but you know that's so far like I'm kind of going up and down with how I feel about or how much of a rush I am to play this game.
And that's the thing. If you have a PS4 Pro and you got time, go ahead and get it and fight through the bugs. It's still a good game. Besides all the bugs, it's just not. First off, this game had years and years of hype added to it, which I tried to go into it knowing that there's going to be a crazy amount of bugs. Like I walked in like I know what I'm walking in with the fly swatter. I'm going to try and get through it, right?
yeah.
Other games,
And you know what?
they don't get that type of respect. You know, it's just because of what they've done before and how well they've done before that I kind of like I get a chance and I'm going to overlook certain things, but.
And honestly, I feel like that's probably where, like, instead of they did a good job of hyping this up. That means that they spent a lot of freaking money to make that happen. Because that the guerrilla marketing was not cheap for them to do. I saw Cyberpunk everywhere for the last year. Everywhere I looked, I was seeing Cyberpunk before I even knew what it was.
Bro, they got Keanu Reeves, bro. Keanu Reeves alone was like the biggest part of it.
Right. But I'm saying
If
they would have spent some of that marketing money on going back and reviewing the code, they probably would have not had so many problems. But the fact that
so many software developers.
Yeah, but the fact that you're saying, Drew, that you were playing it past the bugs, knowing you, that's actually a really good plug for you.
That's for real, because I'll quit a game really quick. At the drop of a dime, I'm not playing that game anymore.
But even the guy at GameStop one day this week was like, "Hey man, you could work around that, baby." I was like, "Nah, man." I was like, I don't want to buy the game if I know it's broken, right? So like, in the beginning when I was playing games like PUBG or something like that, like it was buggy as heck. Like cars fly off into space on you. But PUBG was also free. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Right.
I'm gonna play through that and to me, honestly, stuff like that, like you in the middle of a gunfight and the car just randomly shoots off somewhere, that's funny to me. But would I pay for a game knowing that? Nah, probably not. Not me personally.
What do
I would not knowing.
Like I'm the kind of guy who's so immersed in the game. Like I remember playing Metal Gear Solid 2, and you know the Mantis part where Mantis takes over your controller and reads your memory card. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was a bug at first, and I was getting ready to restart my PlayStation and everything, and I was so entertained to find that it wasn't a bug, that the game is just vicious. You know what I'm saying? And that I thought that was a really and I feel as if just like with Fallout 76, because these guys know me on Fallout 76, and we tried to play it, and it was like as soon as I saw a bug, I was done.
Yeah, you were.
Like I was done. Like I returned the game. I was finished. I was disheartened.
Yeah, you were irate. I remember that. I was like, man, these really disappointed.
Oh man.
Trying to get Dier's to play Fallout 76 is like trying to get your kid to eat their vegetables. It's pulling teeth.
I was like, D's really hurt, man, behind this game. He spent so much money. You know.
You can hear the anguish in his voice. You can hear all the grunts and sighs.
I remember we did.
You hear me in the background.
We was doing one of the shows, and I was sitting there. I was like, man, D's really hurt, man. Now, what was the other one?
I can't do this.
Was it Anthem that sent back to?
Which one?
Yeah. No. I think I still got Anthem. I still got Anthem. And shout out to Pat. Anthem is one of the worst games I've ever played. Still.
Yeah.
Which was so sad. I had such high hopes for that game. It could have been a contender.
Yeah.
That game told me that you could just make an Iron Man simulator and people will buy it, and they messed it up.
Yeah, they sure did. Yeah,
they did. They dropped.
I'm like, but if it's okay with you guys, I want to change the pace to something that I love: anime.
Oh yeah,
anime, man.
Everybody loves anime.
I love anime.
There's no bugs in anime.
Yeah. You know,
there are in
anime does
Hunter x Hunter.
something. It's on purpose.
7 Deadly Sins look weird. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, Hunter x Hunter got Chimera.
The last season of 7 Deadly Sins was the biggest hack project I've seen in a while. I was like, what the heck is this, man? Like,
There was some bugs in that.
what's going on?
Anime had they take some shortcuts sometimes, especially on the vicious fight scenes where they gotta draw it quick, I guess. And they take out a lot of detail. The artwork.
Yeah, that's true.
That artwork was
Really fast. Ching, ching, ching,
that
ching.
artwork was.
But man, he ain't got no nose no more, man.
Look at my man's legs. Like I remember seeing, what was his name? The main guy's legs, and it was like the furry dark
Melodious.
energy legs, and I was like, these are the worst.
Melodious was looking
Strong.
They did him dirty.
When did I draw them? When did I draw these legs on?
It was like somebody was just like, and we're done.
And fine. And that's how you make a Shonen Jump anime. World class.
We're gonna give him duck legs.
Speaking of which, I remember y'all's reaction after Naruto versus Pain. I was like, what the hell was this dog turd?
Yo, I remember that.
I loved it. I still love it. It's no, you don't understand. You know, they're really trying to. You guys were not having it.
I was like, this is Looney Tunes, man. This is not anime anymore. I was like, this is
Holy Coyote, like.
Once I see Pain's legs go like this, man, once Pain's legs started rolling like this, I was like, nah, fam.
Hey, remember when they hit him into the ground like a groundhog or something? Was that John?
Yeah.
The whack-a-mole game.
Yeah,
He was just hitting-
yeah.
I was like,
They
oh,
were
is he
literally
dying?
using they were literally using Hanna-Barbera sound effects at one point.
I was like, man. But that was done well, though. I don't know why it worked, but it did for some reason.
I still like
It was dynamic. I'll give it that. It was dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
it was a lot of movement. I'll give him that.
I'm pretty sure.
The Kakashi Obito fight was way better in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. You know what? They slowed that one down, though. They slowed it down. It was like a slower pace kind of fight.
Right.
You know, more realistic.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
It was all about the hands, dog. It was about the hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So okay, let me ask you this, because a few of you guys have seen Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
yeah.
So that's not related to Naruto in any way, right? They just happen to use jutsu.
Yeah. Jutsu is technique in
I'm gonna
Japanese.
say this. They bite a lot off of Naruto. It's like they took all the good of Naruto, and they were like, "We're gonna roll with this."
Yeah. I think
Oh, bless
Jutsu just translates into technique.
Oh, so jutsu is like a general thing in the
Yeah.
culture. Okay.
Yeah, jutsu's a literal word.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
Just like hentai
Like-
literally means pervert.
Yeah.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, dog.
Yeah. Like they can call somebody a hentai.
I'm gonna go home and watch some pervert.
Oh, you ever met that hentai guy up the street?
Some grade A pervert right here. All right, I'm sorry, that's the last one.
But, I watched
That
a few-
pervert.
Oh, shit.
Got that pervert.
Got that pervert. That's horrible.
That's a
But,
fire shot then. But I love Jujutsu Kaisen. Like,
Yeah, so I watched a few episodes. I think I did 3 episodes, and really, this is only one of few animes that I feel okay watching dubbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Usually, I feel a certain type of way. I feel kind of dirty when I watch it dubbed. You know.
Yeah.
But this one, the way like their humor, kind of for me, since it's in English, I catch it. I catch it better than I would or did watching it sub. You know.
Yeah. Certain stuff is okay dubbed. Sometimes, yes, watching it dub makes it worse. Like One Punch Man. Don't watch that dub ever in your life if you can help
Or
it.
Naruto, for that matter.
Oh, yeah, no.
It actually makes it a bad show. Like the dub version makes One Punch Man bad. I feel.
I think Yu Yu Hakusho got dubbed right. There's some shows that got dubbed right.
The first, what was that
who else
first
got
iteration of Dragon Ball Z when Vegeta had the real raspy voice?
When he was
Whatever
saying, when he was
company-
talking like this.
Yeah. That first, the very first dubbed version of Dragon Ball Z when it first came out in English was done right. Everything after that, I was like,
How much of that do you think is hindsight? Because like the first time I saw Dragon Ball Z was definitely dubbed. The first time I saw Yu Yu Hakusho was definitely dubbed. This was before like the internet really came into my life like that. Like,
Right.
On good old Toonami. And so like I feel like that sets a lot of the pace and the tone for it. Like seeing like how just wildly different Dragon Ball Z is from dub to sub. I can't do sub, and I'm sub all day kind of person.
So I used to watch it on the international channel too, right? With the the Japanese voices.
Yeah.
It was a little annoying. I don't know if I could have watched that if I had subtitles, just because of how Vegeta and Goku's voices sounded.
Right.
All high pitched and weird. It was weird, is what it was. I don't know. But I think if you start watching something dubbed, I think that does matter a lot. So I like to try to go into things subbed first. Like Black Clover, I can watch that dub. I feel like the subbed one is yelling too much for me. Like the main character, Asta. I feel like he's yelling.
Cowboy Bebop, that was great dubs. They did a great job of doing Cowboy
I
Bebop.
cannot watch Bebop subbed at all. I can't.
Not in the least.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely qualities in voice acting. We're sitting here, also talking about video games too. We all know like just a medium can be totally ruined by poor voice acting.
Yes.
At the same time, the show almost takes on a brand new like energy and feel based on going one way or the other. Samurai Champloo was one that comes to my mind. The quality of voice acting in Japanese was fantastic to me. I don't know what they're saying, obviously. I don't speak Japanese, but like the antagonist just sounded like maniacal and insane.
I gotta check that out.
In a good way.
I watch that sub. The dub was great. The dub was great.
And the dubs were great too, because that was good quality voice acting. But I feel like the dub, the dub gets into the same trouble that like the Naruto dubs get into, where people kind of have that sly voice to them. And it kind of runs together a little bit. Whereas in the Japanese voice acting, you have, I guess they just have like a wider array of voice actors at their fingertips, where the source is being made.
I think they're more passionate about it, and it's probably a bigger industry of it because it's part of that big old anime machine.
Yeah. True. I mean, for sure, like you got to imagine the amount of voice actors for Japanese audio is way bigger compared to American. Or really, I think it's Canadian. I think most dubs get done in Canada, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Really?
And you always have the same actors too.
Right. Right. I've heard Sasuke and I've heard Piccolo in so many different things.
Yeah,
I've heard Spike Spiegel, and he's in a bunch of. What's the voice actor's real name? Dang.
I feel like Spike Spiegel was in Star Wars Rebels, actually, as one of the stormtrooper or whatever Empire soldier people. Like he was the voice for all of them, all of the Empire people that weren't stormtroopers but kind of throwaway characters. I think he was the voice for all of the guys.
That would make sense. They're clones. They would all have the same voice.
Like the same guy.
Yeah.
Steve Bloom. Steve Bloom is on everything.
Yeah.
How's his IMDb page?
Steve Bloom, he's a voice actor. That guy's everywhere.
Man.
That's dope.
I'm an aspiring voice actor. There's a lot of competition to break through for that. They pretty much tell you, look, you're going to do commercials and infomercials, and yours is going to be the voice telling. Yeah, yours is going to be the voice telling people to silence their cell phone in a movie theater for decades before you even play a supporting character on a cartoon and get used to it. Because usually your voice actor coach is also trying to get into a cartoon, so he's trying to like tell you, get up and go home.
Yeah, I would love to do voice acting, man. Seriously. But like you said, it's probably
me too. I think voice acting is big.
Right. It seems like one of the it seems like an easy job, but everything seems easy when you're not doing it. But I'm pretty sure it's relatively fulfilling because like you could do your job and probably be at home or hop in the studio with jeans and a t-shirt on and still be effective. So.
Plus, nobody recognizes you when you're on the streets. I remember I was watching this documentary on voice acting, like John DiMaggio, who plays Bender, or Jake the Dog on Adventure Time. It's like Wesley Snipes or any other A-list Hollywood star cannot go to the supermarket. For me, it's just I can always just disguise my voice if I want to. But good life.
Facts.
That's true. That is a good point. You still keep you still get to be anonymous. You still get to keep that piece of privacy for yourself. And I think that's probably one of the greatest parts about being a voice actor. But I do agree. There's probably a lot of not so great parts of it as well. Probably going out for those jobs, probably having to do some kind of voice coaching or something like that to stand
huge.
out amongst different people, having a range of voices and personalities and cadences that go along with it and everything. And
Yeah, you probably got to do a bunch of different takes and versions of, you know.
And I don't
Probably not.
I don't want to give away what I do, but like a lot of it is also protecting your voice as well. Like you can do a quick little, like, you know, if you've watched Coming to America, you can do a quick little, you know, Jewish New Yorker accent. But if you don't know how to protect your throat while you're doing it, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt after a couple of sentences.
and by then you've already committed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's like a real throaty, stereotypical voice. The old white Jewish guy. Because you're talking down in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I grind my like the bottom.
Yeah, I could imagine that being painful after a few takes. A lot of lemon and tea.
Yep. The voice
do you
is pretty super key to me though. Like especially for building my like of a character, like villains in anime, like the voice character, like the voice characteristics of villains, like really just sets the stage for me. Like the original Vegeta voice, I really felt his evil intent. You know, from that, or like Aizen with Bleach. Like I didn't see the Aizen coming, and then you see like how it change from like being a really nice guy to you're a hentai.
Like Aizen was one of my like Vegeta. The old Vegeta is like top of the list villain, right? Because Vegeta came in with just bad intentions all around. And even when they went to Namek, he was still kind of like shady. I need y'all, but I'm gonna kill y'all after we get these Dragon Balls. Though, just know, y'all at the top. But I need y'all because I keep getting beat up on Namek. So Vegeta was like the one villain where it's like his intentions were never hidden. Like there was nothing ever like questionable about his motives, right? But then you had Aizen in Bleach, where it's like he was like the more docile of the captains. Like you didn't see it coming, but when it did, it was wow! I felt betrayed.
Right.
You also some of your favorite characters with him as villains.
Right. Oh, I know. Like, why did you have to? Like, why did the black dude have to
I'm
be
taking this black guy with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the one black guy with me. I hope you don't mind.
The one blind black guy's coming with me, guys. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, he's evil too.
But yeah, so Aizen was one of my favorites as well, just because of the sheer, you know, emotion that he brought out of me. I was like really mad. I was like,
yeah,
Aizen.
And that's good storytelling.
I'm gonna go with Bleach. You know, Bleach is gonna get is getting a new season, right?
What?
Oh no, why? I didn't know that.
They disappointed me so bad.
You know,
I mein, Aizen was disappointing. You know, the season after Aizen was disappointing. You know.
This is
but see, Aizen was okay. It was the one with the Quincy's that was like. Yeah, I was like, man, for real, like they literally rushed through that.
Oh my god, the Quincy's. That was so like the thing that kills me the most about Bleach is like the whole thing is just oozing from all sides with potential.
Yep.
And they do nothing with it. I'll tell you what though. Like as somebody who would watch the anime and also read the manga as well, I didn't have nearly as much of an edge of that. Because while you guys were going through the bounce and through the Quincy arc and whatnot, I was like, I'm already seeing what Aizen can do, guys. I'm sorry that you're going through all that, but
I mean, the Bounce arc wasn't good, but it wasn't the worst filler I've ever had. Naruto has always been the worst filler I've ever had. Like, Naruto had filler that played with my emotions. Real talk.
I feel like
boy.
Naruto's filler was so bad because it took away from the story. Naruto without filler is one of the most well paced,
like any other.
I think, shows in anime.
Mhm.
But without with that filler in there, it's like you waiting forever just to get back to what we were doing.
It was almost a solid year before that war started at the end.
Yeah, it was too much, and the filler
Oh,
is mostly not canon at all.
no,
The movie
not
didn't matter.
the slightest. Yeah.
None of it mattered.
None of this. You matter not. You know, my favorite Naruto filler moment was when they did that the Six Tails guy, Bubble Dude, and then at the end, Pain showed up. He's
Oh,
like,
Bubble
"I'm
Dude?
gonna blast-" Yeah, Pain showed up. I'm gonna blast you in half, and I was like, "Yay! Kill him! I hate him so much."
Yeah, the guy that was blowing.
Oh yeah, that bubble dude was lame. Like, first of all, you're doing bubbles. Your ninjutsu is bubbles. Like,
Yo.
how are you fighting anybody?
I'm
It was
Sailor
like,
Mercury's
what,
brother.
The bubbles were hard as steel, though. Like, what was the bubbles were super hard and not easy to get out of, or something like that.
The bubbles were loud. The bubbles exploded. The bubbles, like, they had different bubble techniques. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know,
You always had the extended pinky when he was blowing the bubbles too.
right? He had the long strong.
Oh man, I never gave a favorite anime villain. Tagoro. Somewhere between Tagoro and Sensui from Yu Yu Hakusho. But I'm gonna go with probably Tagoro because he really had Yusuke shook. You feel me? He really had
Yeah.
Yusuke shook. I love the dynamic between Yusuke's master and them. Like, they used to be a thing, and it kind of was like they were almost the kid of Yusuke a little bit, like sunned him. Like, they were both sunning him, and it was like for his own benefit. And I think like the way that it ended, the hype that raised it up to that level probably made him probably like one of my favorite villains. Like, he was just
Yo, he had muscle shoulder pads, though.
Yes, muscle.
Oh, that
on
dude.
his muscles.
This man was so
He was like the
strong.
really
He had
thin shit.
muscles, shoulder.
Shoulder pad. But it was
I think it
cool
was
though
just-
how
I
he
think
he
Tagoro-
went out, bro.
Yeah,
You know, like he was like, I wanted to pull your full potential out.
yeah,
Like that was dope. Yeah.
yeah.
Dope.
Girl's power was just being a Hulk type villain.
Yeah.
What is the whole
Bane. He
Yeah,
was Bane. Yu Yu Hakusho.
yeah. There were
Yeah,
definitely some ways
yeah.
to draw Bane in the Batman comics where he just has like muscles on top of muscles. And
Yeah.
muscles
Yeah.
on top. The tendons are popped out. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
tendons are like
Uh-huh.
outside of the muscle. I'm like, man.
Collarbone had muscle on it. Like you
To be fair, that's got to be a
Collarbone
big challenge.
His eyebrows had muscles.
His sunglasses.
yeah.
His sunglasses had blood vessels on them. I was about to say that's got to be a big challenge for somebody who's making an anime. Like, how do you portray increased strength? Like, after Goku went Kaioken times 40, okay, let's make him blonde. Let's make him blonder. No, make him blonder. That's got to be tough on the design team.
His hair has muscles.
His hair has.
His hair has veins on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that was
It's-
always the thing I wondered. Like, what would Nappa look like going Super Saiyan? Like, does he just get like the old master? Like his beard just gets longer or
He would
something?
get yeah, that would happen. He would have a little
Beard snaps to a different angle. Turns yellow. You know what I'm saying?
But wasn't it Kill Bill where the guy had this the beard that was so long he threw
Yeah,
it over his shoulder?
Hi, man.
Yeah,
His beard was getting all in the broth.
yeah.
I don't know how he operates, yo.
Listen,
Um,
I don't
before
think I
we
can
do
take
go
any
on.
more masters seriously if their beard isn't able to be thrown over their shoulder. After
Yeah,
Kill
you
Bill,
can't.
he kind of
like, bro, he can't teach me nothing.
Right? He can't even grow a beard. The hell?
This man can't even grow a beard.
Man can't even grow a beard. You can't teach me nothing. He don't know martial arts. Not for long.
I'm remembering that
You don't know how
next
to
to
do
the laboratory.
He can't do the kicks like real masters do it.
You know what I'm saying? Can't tell me to be he can't teach me how to be a hero.
He can't teach me the 5 fingers technique.
Listen. He
Oh
told
man,
that girl,
Kill Bill
he
was
told that
tight.
girl to stop eating like a savage and eat that rice one kernel at a time with chopsticks. I was like, yo, that's a real master right there.
Right.
That's a
He ain't got nothing to
yo, when he broke the bowl and then moved his to her, I was like, he cares. He really cares. Off of GP.
That's some pimp nonsense though. Beat a girl with a wire hanger and then run her a nice bath.
What?
Yeah. Give her some pills. You gotta give her some pills.
Give her some pills and run her a nice bath.
Yeah, strike this from the record.
We're merely joking. We're joking about a Dave Chappelle joke. This is a Dave Chappelle joke. This is a Dave Chappelle joke.
Definitely.
And I'm learning how to be on radio.
None of us believe in. As
Hey,
six
but-
black men, we can't take this risk.
Not
Sorry,
these
OJ, my
times.
career is too flimsy.
Hey, one of my favorite villains though has got to be Miriam from Hunter x Hunter. Like he was an incredible villain. Like when you think about the dynamic in his evolution, like as a villain after meeting Komugi, like I mean it was just so good. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the things that's so good about Hunter. You like that type of character development and the progression throughout the story. Like I mean, and he was a monster too. Like it's cold-blooded, like cold-blooded killer. But then after that relationship and how he began to see humans as like these immense beings with like this potential that was just like incredible, you know. Before he's like this merciless, like this ruthless killer. Like, oh, I'll slice you down. Period. Then like when he's starting to play Komugi in that game, what is that game called? I don't even remember the name of the game.
They like made that game up. It was like
It's an
shogi,
actual
but
game.
No, that's a real game
Yeah,
with the black and the
It's a
white,
real
right?
game.
Yeah, that's a real
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. But I can't remember the exact name of it. But that dynamic changed that boy's heart, and like he started speaking truths that you're like, damn, I kind of like, okay, I agree with the dude. Like, you know what I mean? And then that fight with Netero was just bananas. You know, like straight up bananas.
Oh yeah, that fight was
You know?
was bananas. You know what? You bring up a good point, man. The character development that Merwin went through, like, remember when he started? He didn't even have a name. He was just like, "Call me king. I'm the king.
King.
I'm the ruler. I'm the ruler." Like,
It's called Gungi.
Yeah,
like he
Gungi. Yeah.
Gungi.
That
He
game
was the
yeah.
world Gungi champion.
Yeah. Yep, and she
Talking about, that's a real
changed it.
game for real.
Yeah,
Gungi. Strategy
she changed this
board game.
dude's whole heart.
That's crazy. Hey, and that also shows how a woman will change your life, right? Like she literally changed his life.
Yeah.
Like literally changed his life by just being in his presence. You know what I'm saying? Changed up how he thought, how he felt about people, how he felt about life, the purpose of it, who he wanted to be with. You know, man. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? By the end, they gave me a little lump in my throat, man. Gave me a little, you know,
Oh my god.
like just a little bit, man. Just
Yo, if that joint didn't hit you like in your heart when that whole scene went down, like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, you ruthless.
use
Bring
it,
a
use
tear to
it.
your eye, bro.
Yeah. You Iceberg Slim. You're Iceberg Slim. If that didn't make you feel anything, then you know what I'm saying? Like, don't nothing phase you.
Okay, so
But man, that was a good
clarification.
play, man.
Just clarification. So Gungi is a fictitious game, but it's based off a Korean game
There we
called Jangi. So there is a game
Johnny.
similar to it, and it's based off of that, but the actual Gungi is fictitious. But there's a game like that. Just to put that out.
Johnny.
I'm gonna look up that game. I'm gonna see if I can play that, man. In wrapping up, guys. In wrapping up, I want you guys to give like your social media. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of personal projects that you're working on. You know, any kind of personal things that you have going on. This is our shameless plug time. You know, so I'm gonna start off. Thank you for coming on. For watching us. Thank you for being here on CoPlay Media. Please check us out on DC Radio. Please check us out here on Facebook, Instagram. I guess a whole bunch of other things now, like Twitch and other stuff. And go ahead.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yes, sir.
Whoever's first. Kofi go first.
Well, okay. Well, you can find me on social media platforms at Schoolboy1867. I'm always in the CoPlay Media, in the CoPlay Media group, looking at that feed. So definitely, if you reach out to CoPlay Media, if you want to bring something to my attention specifically, you can reach out through there. And that's pretty much it. I'm actually having conversations with folks about paring down some of my projects. So it just is what it is. But definitely check us out on the Morning Rant if you get a chance to. And just reach out to me if you want to. And definitely stream some Bob Marley if you get a chance to. You know, in my honor, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Silveris.
Hey, and yeah.
Robert.
Go ahead. Hey, yeah, I'm Rob. You know, check us out, man. Oyasumi Designs. You know, got a lot of exciting stuff coming up in 2021. You know, shameless plug for the anime merch. You know, anime apparel, stickers, and all that good stuff. Always looking for new ideas, and you know, if y'all thinking about any anime that you got in mind for us to kind of create and mess around with ideas, you know, feel free to hit us up on there. We reply to everybody. We just there to kind of have a good time and just kind of spread the love of anime with everybody who's interested. So, give us a shout. You know, we'll show love. Y'all show love. You know, it's all mutual. So, again, blessed love. Thank you.
True.
Okay, my bad, Brandon. My bad. You too, man. My bad, man.
I'm afraid you're gonna hurt me again. Well, I'm actually not even sold in stores right now. You can't caught me at the moment.
PS5.
But that's a project to be working on actually. I am an aspiring voice actor. I do have hella demos. I don't really have much of a social media presence yet. That's coming. So as far as where to reach me at now, pay attention to the CoPlay Media groups and whatnot, and you'll catch me there. Gonna be doing a lot of gameplay streaming after I move and things start to settle down. So definitely be on the lookout for that. If you're watching this stream here or watching Drew's gameplay, you'll know where to find me as well.
And as to that, if you need to contact me in any way, it's at CoPlay Media, CoPlayMedia@gmail.com. You know, check out our YouTube. We got videos coming out, podcasts coming out. Check out CoPlayMedia.com/shop. We do have merch as well. All brand based, but CoPlay Media all day.
Sorry.
Oh gosh, diddly arm day.
Demo, you got anything to say, man? You want to close this out, Demo, man?
No, man, I just want to thank everybody for coming on and, you know, having a talk with us, man. This was fun. We got to do this a lot more often.
Mm-hmm.
Get the squad together, you know, squad cast, you know, whatever.
Squad cast.
Squad.
No, but I definitely had fun, man.
It's squad cast.
It's a squad cast.
We definitely gotta.
This will be great. I
do this more often.
I look forward to wrapping the next one of these up at 1:30 local time. It's gonna be awesome. And that's the last one.
So man. So thank you guys for coming on, man. In my anime quote, "You don't win alone. That's just how it is." In the words of Tobio Kageyama. Man, you guys be safe. Y'all take care of each other, man. CoPlay Media, and we are
Out of here.